नमस्कार. हेडोनच्या या खाशेल्या एपिसोडात तुमकां सगळ्यांक येवकार. आनी आज आमचे बरोबर तितलेच खास गेस्ट आसात ते म्हळ्यार दिल्लीचे मुख्यमंत्री आणि आम आदमी पार्टीचे फुडारी अरविंद केजरीवाल. सर, वेलकम टू द शो. When you met us last time, all the editors, couple of months back, you had said that in the last 15 days in Delhi, you are getting a very powerful feel that something massive is going to happen. Now, Goa election is hardly a month away. What is the feel you are getting in Goa?
I think there is very strong undercurrent. There are a couple of reasons for that. One, the opposition parties and the ruling party, they are in complete disarray. Congress MLAs are leaving Congress. They are going and joining BJP. BJP is massive in fighting. Parsekar is trying to bring down Parekar. Parekar is trying to bring down Parsekar. There is very strong anti-incumbency. People are very angry about demonetization and people want to vote against BJP. And secondly, there is one clear line which is dividing the rest of the parties from Aam Aadmi Party. Aam Aadmi Party is honest, very clean candidates. For the first time, Goa is seeing that such ordinary people, honest people can actually enter politics. Otherwise, we always used to think that politics is meant for gundas, etc., dishonest people. For the first time, people are seeing ordinary people, ordinary women, they are entering politics. And the other side, you have BJP, Congress, all other parties who have thoroughly corrupt people. People also see a huge hope in Aam Aadmi Party. That is one thing that defines any election. This is what happened in Delhi also. On one hand, people were fed up of the existing parties. On the other hand, people saw a hope in Aam Aadmi Party. This is happening in Goa also. On one hand, people are fed up of the existing parties and people see a huge hope in Aam Aadmi Party because now people are seeing the good work that Aam Aadmi Party has done in Delhi. So, Aam Aadmi Party comes to power. Corruption is the biggest problem in Goa and only Aam Aadmi Party can cure corruption.
But don't you think this fragmentation in anti-BJP votes, even if you look at the Goa scenario, there is Congress, then there are smaller parties which have good hold in their own constituencies, then there is Aam Aadmi Party, and there is too much fragmentation in that anti-BJP vote. Everybody has a voice, everybody has candidates who can garner around 2,000-3,000 votes. Don't you think that is going to impact the prospects?
As I said, now the politics of Goa is not being decided on the basis of which party, which candidate. It is being decided on the basis of if you want to vote for honest politics, vote Aam Aadmi Party. If you want to vote for dishonest politics, vote Congress or BJP. There is a plethora of parties. So this is one dividing line and people of Goa this time have decided that they want to change the politics of Goa. I also want to caution exactly on this point to the people of Goa that if you want to vote for honest politics, don't allow your vote to be divided. All of you get together and vote for Aam Aadmi Party.
You said yesterday that the entire polity in Goa has become bipolar. It is us against them. Don't you think that's a little harsh position to take?
No, actually this is happening. People are saying that Congress and BJP are husband and wife. And there is a very good setting between the two parties. There is an underhand deal between the two parties that for 5 years you run the show, then for the next 5 years we will run the show. When we rule Goa, we will loot Goa. When you rule Goa, you loot Goa. When we come to power, we will not take any action against you. When you come to power, you don't take any action against us. For instance, 2012, people voted out Congress because they had started hating Congress for the huge number of scams that had come out at that time. People voted BJP with a hope. What happened? Parekar actually before elections took that Shah Commission report and went house to house showing that report that look, Congress has looted so much and if I come to power I will send Congress people to jail. Has a single person gone to jail? Has any inquiry been instituted? As soon as the elections were over, it dumped the Shah Commission report in dustbin. And in the next 5 years, BJP has looted so much that people are saying that BJP is as bad as Congress. So, and when BJP was looting in the last 5 years, Congress as opposition did not raise its voice. Congress went and... So there is a very nice underhand dealing between the two parties. As I always keep saying that there are...
You said if you are voted to power, you will jail politicians from both the parties who are corrupt.
That is exactly they are worried about. They are worried about this in Punjab, they are worried about this in Goa. That BJP does not have a problem with Congress. Because if Congress comes to power, they will loot for 5 years, but they will not take any action against BJP. Congress does not have any power. Both the parties have a problem against us. Firstly, because we can't, there are two things that people, even our strongest, staunchest critics say, that we can't be purchased, we can't be influenced, we are hardcore honest people, and second is, जो हम कहते हैं वो करते हैं, हम अपनी जुबान के पक्के हैं. These are the two things which is famous about us. So both the parties are afraid that if we come to power and if we start taking action on corruption, the way we did it in Delhi in 49 days, we registered FIRs against Mukesh Ambani, we registered FIRs against Sheila Dikshit. If we come to power and if we adopt a zero tolerance policy against corruption, then both their leaders are compromised. They have done wrong, they have been indulging in wrongdoings. That is the reason both of them have come together everywhere. And by hook or by crook, they want to keep.
If you are voted to power, you will send all those corrupt people to jail.
We will do honest investigations against all corruption that has taken place in the last maybe 2 terms, maybe last 10 years. And wherever corruption is found, howsoever mighty he might be, that person will be sent to jail. And the money will be recovered and will be used for the development of Goa.
There's one strong argument that they are using against you, and at least the local parties are using against you, that ultimately this party is controlled from Delhi. Even some of your volunteers left the party in Goa making the same allegation, that the diktat comes from Delhi and Goan volunteers and Goan leaders has to follow it. How would you reply to that?
I think that's completely absurd. BJP has its headquarters in Delhi, but BJP has a local unit in Delhi. Congress has its headquarters in Delhi, Congress has a local unit in Delhi. Likewise, Aam Aadmi Party has its headquarters in Delhi, but the local decisions are taken by local people. In fact, today people are so happy that we have given a CM candidate, Elvis Gomes, who is admired and respected by every single Goan. Today you have two types of politics. One is represented by Parsekar and one is represented by Elvis Gomes. Elvis Gomes is known for his, मतलब लोग उनके ईमानदारी की कस्में खाते हैं. I have come across so many people that people love him, people respect him, and he is known for his honesty. So that is the kind of politics that he represents, and it is Elvis and his team who are taking all the decisions with respect to Goa.
The argument is Goa now needs a regional sentiment, a party which espouses that regional sentiment like most of South India. And that's why they are calling you a Delhi-based party. They are calling you a party with a headquarters in Delhi, with the leadership in Delhi, and the decision-making in Delhi.
I think that's a wrong propaganda being done by opposition parties. No one is buying that.
You are saying the local unit of Aam Aadmi Party has
taking
absolute autonomy to take all the decisions.
They are taking all the decisions. They decided about the candidates. We didn't decide about the candidates. Unlike BJP and Congress, where the party high command decides the candidates, here the candidates are all decided here. The manifesto has been prepared by the local unit. All the decisions with respect to campaigning is being taken by the local. All the decisions are being taken by Elvis and his team.
You mentioned the manifesto. Many people are criticizing your manifesto where you are saying that we will make all the schemes that BJP has implemented, we will make them double. We will see if they are giving you 1,000 rupees right now, we will give you 2,000 rupees. If you are giving 2,500 rupees, we will give you 5,000 rupees. Don't you think that's a wrong approach when you are going in front of the people as a, right now the party with a difference?
No, why is it two things are there. One is, right now most of these schemes are suffering due to corruption. There is huge amount of corruption in the administration of these schemes, because of which the full amount does not reach the right beneficiaries. There is huge siphoning off that takes place, which will end once Aam Aadmi Party comes to power. There will be no siphoning, the actual beneficiaries will start getting their amounts and they will get the full. Second is, when corruption comes down, as we have seen in Delhi, for instance, we constructed a flyover. It was, the sanctioned cost of that flyover was 325 crore rupees in Delhi. We constructed it for 200 rupees, much below the sanction cost. This has never happened. We have Mandovi Bridge coming up here. The sanctioned cost of Mandovi Bridge was 400 crores. It has already exceeded 800 crores and still it is nowhere near completion. So when you have honest governance, you save huge amount of money by reducing corruption. So when the government saves huge amount of money, it gives it back to the people. So if we are giving back the savings that we do out of the, if we are saying that earlier you were getting 2000 rupees old age pension, we will give you 3000 rupees, it's good. What's wrong in it? If we are saying that demonetization has hit you very hard, it has led you huge amount of unemployment, we will give unemployment allowance to our youth till the time they get a job. We are supporting them. There's nothing wrong in it. We will give 5000 rupees unemployment allowance.
Most of these schemes are outed as doles. They are not welfare schemes for that, but it is an absolute dole where government is saying that we are giving you this much of money per month, so that this is our party which is providing you all these things, so you should vote for us.
I think it
so
is
how do you differentiate between a welfare scheme and a dole? And how do you draw the line?
In a welfare state, it is a job of the state to support the needy and the poor people. So if we are saying old age pension, so the poor people who, the senior citizens amongst the poor people who are unable to sustain themselves, they are disadvantaged people in society, they must be supported. If you are saying that we will give 5000 rupees per month as unemployment allowance, a young person who has done his degree, he's at the age of, he wants a job and he's not getting a job, he needs help. It's the duty of the state to provide some help to that person. So I don't think there is anything wrong in it. Slowly and gradually, because of the policies of the state, we need to move in a direction where the number of disadvantaged people starts coming down, so that there is no need for doles. But till such time as the disadvantaged people exist, the poor people exist, below poverty people exist, I think it's the job of the state to provide.
Now, if you make two distinctions, you give a very good example of senior citizens, old age people or the widows getting a proper help from the government, from the state. And second is there is a scheme like Griha Aadhar, where you are just giving money to a housewife or a family under the name of inflation allowance. Now, this scheme, the inflation allowance, makes no economic rationale or financial rationale. This scheme has complete welfare at its heart. How do you see at both these schemes?
I'll give you an example. In Delhi, when we came to power before the elections, when I was traveling all across the city, people said that electricity bills were hitting them hard, water bills were hitting them hard. Even middle class people said that. Huge amount of electricity bills were coming. So we said that if we come to power, we will reduce your electricity bills by half and we will make water free in Delhi. Now you will say that why for middle class people, why for everyone, only it should be only for people. But middle class people were also suffering because of that. For instance, water bills were coming to the extent of 4000 rupees, 5000 rupees per month. When we came to power, we completely waived off 20,000 liters of water per month. We made it free for everyone. We made 20,000 liters of water free. And you will be surprised, rather than our revenues going down, actually our revenues increased, because at the same time we clamped down on corruption. So if you have good governance, likewise we gave 1400 crores of subsidy in electricity in Delhi. And the bills of almost 83% people in Delhi, they became half, up to 400 units of electricity. So if everyone is benefiting out of it, and if it was becoming difficult for middle class people also to survive, why not support them? And if we are giving subsidies which are huge percentage of the total budget, then there is a problem. For instance, in Delhi the total budget is 42,000 crores. The total amount of subsidy bill, including all the subsidies, is hardly 2500 to 3000 crores. So the percentage of subsidies to the total bill is, number one, is very small. Number two, if we were giving subsidies which leads to huge loss in the budget, then there is a problem. In Delhi, despite all the subsidies, despite everything, we have given a surplus budget.
In Goa, as far as the spending on social welfare schemes is concerned, the total spending is almost 45% of the total budget. So that's a huge amount. And of late, in last 1.5 years, government is already taking loans to pay these schemes. How rational do you think is this balance?
So allow an honest government to come. I can only tell you, the state of finances in Goa is pretty bad today, not because there is dearth of money, but because there is huge amount of corruption. If Aam Aadmi Party comes to power, this corruption will be brought down substantially. We will have a surplus budget in Goa. Give us a few years time, we will have a surplus budget in Goa, and you will see that large number of development projects also take place, and social schemes will also take place.
In 2012, as you said, people voted for Manohar Parrikar out of hope. They called it the Parivartan government. Now you are again asking people to trust Aam Aadmi Party. Voters of Goa, people of Goa have already gone through one betrayal. They will not be able to sustain another betrayal. Why do you think they should trust you? Because when they have already trusted somebody and that person
They were
failed.
cheated. Proof of the pudding lies in its eating. In Delhi, Aam Aadmi Party has already demonstrated that we know how to run the government and we can run honest government. And what are the benefits of an honest government? We have already shown in the last 2 years. Parrikar had not shown any such, demonstrated any such this thing. It was only hyperbole. And likewise, BJP has not shown any great governance initiatives anywhere in the country. So people believed or they were cheated by Parrikar. But now people are voting for Aam Aadmi Party because they have seen good governance in Delhi.
So the second important point is that Punjab election. Many people are saying that you are on a very high note 6 months back. You are not on that much high note right now.
This is a propaganda that has been created by opposition parties. I would encourage you, if you could send a few reporters and if they could go to various villages, they will find that there is huge support that exists on the ground. Very smartly, the opposition parties, as I said, they are also fighting Akali Dal, BJP, Congress. They are fighting the election together. And there are several instances of that. Which show that they are fighting elections together. So they very smartly created a propaganda that Aam Aadmi Party was very high, now they are coming down and Congress is going up. This is all, it doesn't exist on the ground.
You are saying the upbeat mood is same as of 6 months back.
As much as
the 6 months
it has only
back.
increased.
How would you react to the state of opposition in this country right now? Because you have also spoken to Mamata Banerjee, you have also spoke to Nitish Kumar, but all of you are not coming together against the principal ruling party. What is the problem?
No, we have always joined hands whenever the issues have arisen. This is incorrect to say that we are, especially in the case of demonetization, myself, Mamata ji, many people came together, number one. Number two, as a principal opposition party, Congress seems to be in complete shatters. The Vice President of Congress, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, at a time when critical Goa and Delhi, Punjab and 5 states are going to elections, is holidaying abroad. No one knows when he'll come back. The tickets have not been distributed yet. The entire Goa unit and Punjab unit, especially these are the two places I know, they're all, rather than campaigning, they are sitting in Delhi waiting for the tickets. And after that, I'm told that he'll fly to China rather than campaigning. They have completely failed in effectively raising issues of misgovernance and corruption that is taking place in Modi government. We are a small party. As a party which has 4 MPs in parliament, I think we have played that role much more effectively at a national scale than has been done.
It is a failure of Congress that is hurting the opposition space.
I think it's a failure of Congress. Congress has completely vanished. Congress does not exist. And that is something that has created a huge problem. But we have done our job, and the demonetization especially has played a havoc on the entire country. I was talking to Goans also yesterday, and they were saying how their business has been affected, how tourism has been affected, especially at peak season when there used to be so much of rush of foreign tourists or Indian tourists. The hotels are empty, and it has hit the business very hard.
But still, all of you could not get Nitish Kumar to support your rhetoric.
That you have to ask Nitish Kumar. I can't comment on his behalf.
Why do you think that it happened?
You have to ask him.
You still consider him as your ally?
Actually, it's not a personal relationship with anyone. You have to think of the country. You have to think of the issues. So demonetization was bad. We raised our voice against demonetization. It is up to the other parties to take a stand on that.
You still consider Nitish Kumar a friend or an ally?
I don't need to say that.
You don't want to answer that?
No, actually, that exactly. Nitish Kumar is, I don't have a relationship with Nitish Kumar or any political leader or any political party. It is the issues which decide. So on demonetization, he has a certain point, I have a certain point.
But you are saying
And
that
the
on
country
another
has
issue, again your point of views will match and it will be okay with you.
Yeah, of course. If tomorrow there is another issue on which both of us have same viewpoint, we should both agitate together.
So it's an issue based
It has to be.
right now.
There's no alliance. That's what I'm trying
Or
to say.
understanding right now.
There's no. You don't need to even have an understanding. There is an issue called demonetization. On demonetization, I have a certain position. Nitish ji may have a certain position. Mamta ji may have a certain position. Another party may have a certain position. If our positions match, we can all join hands. If we have different positions, we can have different stands.
Going forward, when you are looking at anti-BJP forces or parties coming together, are you looking at that consolidation with Congress or without Congress right now?
We are not even looking at anti-BJP forces coming together. We are not looking at, I am talking of issues. Demonetization was a very big issue. The whole Modi ji played a havoc with the entire country. So we are not forming any alliance with anyone. We are not forming anti-BJP alliance, anti-Congress alliance, Gathbandhan, Palan. We are not into that politics. That politics is politics of opportunism. We don't do that politics.
Even tomorrow there is another issue like demonetization. And all of you need to join hands together to oppose it, agitate about it. Are you looking at such kind of thing with Congress or without Congress, considering present situation?
I think you are talking of hypothetical situations.
No, it should
Whenever
be Arvind
there is-
Kejriwal, Nitish Kumar, Mamta Banerjee, or you
I
are
think
thinking
the
that even
pa-
Congress can be on that platform.
I think the parties are not important. In this particular case also, Congress had a position on demonetization. They were opposing demonetization. We were also opposing demonetization. We didn't join hands. We don't need to join hands with Congress. We can't join hands with Congress. We took the issue to the people. In the whole country, I have been going around the whole country doing rallies, explaining the intricacies of demonetization, explaining how demonetization is an 8 lakh rupee scam, explaining how demonetization is only meant to collect money from you, forcing you to deposit all your savings in the bank, and this entire money will be given to pay off the loans of the rich people. So we have been going to the people. It is basically democracy. Democracy, people are important.
Are you only targeting small states right now? You are not looking.
not a small state.
You are not looking at UP also.
Because we are a small party, we don't have the bandwidth.
So what's the roadmap that the party is looking at right now, at least in next 5 years?
Let's see, we'll go step by step. So right now we are doing this. Next we will fight elections in Gujarat.
There is no strategy like small and medium states right now and big states later.
No, not according to the area.
Not according to the area.
No, not according.
Second thing is that many of your MLAs were arrested in Delhi. Your 15 MLAs. So you have clearly said that there is a political agenda and vendetta behind
Even
it.
courts are saying that.
So
I'm not saying courts
how
are
much
saying
do you think it has impacted the image of the party?
Not at all. It has impacted Modi ji's image, that Modi ji's plays political vendetta. Everyone sees that for 15 MLAs of a sitting ruling political party, Modi ji has not arrested any congressman. According to Modi ji, Robert Vadra is very honest, Sonia Gandhi is very honest, Rahul Gandhi is very honest. Only Aam Aadmi Party MLAs are dishonest. So people are watching this.
How many seats do you think you can win in Goa, considering the present situation? A very realistic figure.
The kind of undercurrent that has been building over a period of time, I won't be surprised if Delhi records are broken.
You're that hopeful.
Yes.
Is that a realistic
Goa is
assessment or that's
hopeful. Goa is hopeful. The kind of, for instance, yesterday the 2 rallies which took place, by Goa standards I am told that it was pretty good. And they were all local people, they were not brought in buses, there were no buses, and they all came on their own. And the kind of energy which existed in the crowds, I've been speaking to the people of local people in Goa, and if you just walk on the road, the first 10 people that you come across, ask them who they are voting for. Out of 10, at least 6 or 7 people will say they are voting for Aam Aadmi Party. That's the wave, that's the undercurrent.
There's another criticism about Aam Aadmi Party is that at least in Goa, you're not taking a very firm stand on the very contentious issues which are related to the social divide. You might have taken a very firm stand on casinos. But when it comes to the issue of 2 airports where there is a north and south divide, party is not taking a very clear stand. Your manifestos are, as far as these major policy things are concerned, Your party is shying away from taking stands because you are afraid that you may lose certain voter base that you are garnering right now.
You see, there are two types of issues. One is where it's clear that this is good and this is bad. Obviously, everyone has to be on the side of the good. If I say that, do you support corruption? I'll say no. Everyone will say no. But there are times when the issue is such which is not ethical, which does not have legal implications or ethical implications. Whether a particular airport should be constructed or not, etc., etc. Now, in this, you have to take the people along with you.
There is a clear divide right now.
So, if you have a divide amongst the people, then you have to talk to the people. You have to discuss the people. You can't just brush aside, say, this is my stand. If you say this is my stand, that's undemocratic. That's not right. So, you have to build consensus. Sometimes in democracy, building consensus takes time. There are procedures, there are ways in which we. So, on all these issues, what we believe is that the people of Goa will decide that. We will put up a mechanism in place through which we will discuss with the people, try to create a consensus, discuss in Goa Assembly, let the Goa Assembly decide it. Let the people of Goa decide it. Why should Aam Aadmi Party take a dictatorial attitude and say, no, this is our stand? We don't believe in that. On one hand, you are saying decisions are being taken by Delhi, but when we say no, let the Goa people decide it, then you say no, that you should take a stand. So people will decide some of these issues.
You are very hopeful that you will get maximum seats in the assembly. But I'm asking a very hypothetical question so that it's very clear in the minds of people.
Suppose Aam Aadmi Party does not get a majority, then
are you open for post-poll alliances?
No.
No alliance?
No.
You'll sit in the opposition?
I think that's a hypothetical thing.
I know, I said it's a hypothetical.
I'm happy that you are calling it hypothetical position, so we are winning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, no post-poll alliances at all?
That situation will not arise.
That's fine, but you are not open for any post-poll alliances. You are ready to sit in opposition, but you will not go
I think people of Goa want change. They are desperate for change. And Aam Aadmi Party represents that change.
So, no post-poll scenario?
It will not be required, you will see that.
That's a very political statement, but you are making it very clear you will not go for any other arrangement. No. Sir, pleasure talking to you.
Thank you so much.